This is episode 7 of my Ultra Hardcore Mode video series. Last episode, I was supposed to finish the inside of my house, but I somehow ended up spending way too long on a semi-automatic storage system instead. And after months of procrastinating, starting new projects, and making excuses, I think the time has finally come for me to practice a tiny amount of self-restraint and force myself to place blocks until this thing is done. And after 5 hours, I kid you not, 5 hours, I think I finally got this interior to a more acceptable state. I didn't make too many changes to the bottom here, but up here I added like a bedroom area, I guess, and still have some storage up here. And then on the third level, I did this like weird overgrown like jungle in my attic. I really don't know what I was thinking, but it doesn't look too bad, so I guess it's okay, right? In addition to fixing up my house, I also decided to go back and fix up other older projects. I started off at the moss farm by adding an enchanting station and an AFK house for the skeleton spawner. I have also been having problems with the moss farm breaking when I leave the chunks, so I added an on and off switch for it, although I may never need to use the thing again because it's already overflowing with items. The last thing that I needed to fix was the randomizer for the reaction time test. The repeater clock that I used for this kept breaking, so I installed a proper randomizer that uses dropper randomness, which takes advantage of the difference in comparator strength between stackable and unstackable items. So I was originally just going to work on a wither skeleton farm in this episode, but we have a significant problem in this world. In the world of minus, there are things not here. I have no iron, honey, or slime balls, and I need those things. Hi. My name is Minus, and for every single hour in this painful world, I go seconds without essential items that I want for things. I'm left violently abused while working in the mines, hunting in the fields, and stomping through the deadly swamps. For a small payment of watching the rest of the video, you can see me transform from an abused worker into a brutal slave owner. Mining for iron is difficult and dangerous. If you remember last episode, I spent probably 7 or 8 hours mining 70 stacks of the stuff, and I used it all in less than a day because I can never have enough hoppers in this game. So the solution is simple. Scare villagers by placing them next to a zombie and murder the iron golems that they summon for 3 to 5 iron per golem. Now, I didn't know a thing about modern iron farms before this video, so I spent an afternoon in a creative world coming up with an efficient design. It turns out that all you need to spawn an iron golem is 3 villagers that meet the following conditions. 1. The villagers have slept within the last 20 minutes. And 2. The villagers are panicking because they see a mob that wants to murder them. And 3. There have been no iron golems within 16 blocks of the villagers in the last 30 seconds. If those conditions are met, the villagers will summon a golem. To make the iron farm optimal, I decided to send the golems through nether portals so the 30-second timer resets immediately. Okay, so I'm over here in a field next to my house, and I think this is where I'm going to build the iron farm. And now one thing that I didn't actually mention is you can stack these as long as they're 16 blocks apart. So I'm probably just gonna build it up here all the way up to the build height limit. This is gonna take a while, but I think it's worth it to just have unlimited iron. Phantoms, no! Please go away, here I am. 3 real-life days since my last time sleeping in this world. And the phantoms, oh man, the phantoms, they just wanna make me sleep. Okay, so I've now built 2 layers of this thing, just 2 layers, and I only have 18 obsidian left. This is gonna be fun. I have to go collect probably like a shulker full of this stuff. That's gonna be thrilling. Okay, great. So now I got the entire tower done. It goes all the way up to y equals 306. And I made it so all of those portals hook up to this one here. So we just have to make a simple kill chamber and collection area, and that should be it. So now we finished the easy part of this project, building all of that stuff, and now we have to move on to the actual challenging part, which is collecting all of the villagers, collecting all of the zombies, and enslaving them. So are there any villagers left at this village, I wonder? Here's some villagers. I guess I didn't kidnap them all after all. Yeah, well anyway, here's the part where I literally just want to roll over and die. I somehow have to get these villagers like 400 blocks that way. This is gonna be incredibly thrilling and incredibly non-rage inducing. Yes, we got one. Where's the other guy? Where's the other guy? Uh-oh. Did he die? Did he die? No. Yes, we got 2 villagers. Incredible. So I was originally just going to kidnap like the 30 or 40 villagers that I need to fill up all of these chambers, but after all the pain and misery I just experienced, I think I'm just gonna breed them instead. Come on, villager, I have a new home for you. It's really cozy. You'll like it in here. Man, this no sleep challenge I'm doing is really starting to get on my nerves. It's not like it's hard, it's just annoying. I think it might be time to end it. I can't take this anymore. Here we go. Am I doing it? Yeah, I did it. It's done. So villagers are actually pretty easy to breed these days. They just require extra beds and 3 pieces of bread each. So I installed a bread dispenser to automate the entire process. Okay, great. Now we got a baby, and once we get a lot of villagers in here, I'll unblock this so the babies can go into this water stream. And that's how I'll get them up to all these chambers. Well, this would go a lot faster if these baby villagers would hurry and grow up and breed with their parents, or with each other too, that's fine. Oh! Ouch! That's kind of an odd sleeping position, wouldn't you say? Wait, why are there so many golems here all of a sudden? Wait, what? Why are there so many up there? What? There's so many packed into here. Can they not fall through there? After removing some of the trapdoors and lowering the lava, something incredible happened. Oh, this is crazy! What? This is insane! I think iron might be easier to get than dirt at this point. Like, holy cow, man. And there we have it. After 5 or 6 hours of nearly punching a hole in my monitor, I have finally filled all of these chambers with the zombies and the villagers. I did pretty good, only about half of the minute up jumping off the edge, so suicide rate's pretty low. This is easily the most annoying thing I've ever done in this game. As far as the rates go, this iron farm should generate 6,720 iron per hour if each of the things produce a golem every 30 seconds. This might actually be enough to support my hopper consumption. Let's check on our storage. It's completely full. Nice. I converted all of the iron into blocks, got my diamonds back from the beacon, and then did the thing we have all been waiting for. Hoppers for days. I also added a huge field of chest for the iron storage, although I'll be willing to bet that it's full in about 1 episode from now. Okay, great, so the iron farm is done enough for now, although I might add some more decoration to that tower thing later. But now it's time to move on to our next project, which has to do with these guys. The goal of the bee farm is to obtain 2 items, honey blocks and honeycombs. Honey blocks are used in redstone, and they also slow entities from falling. Honeycombs are used mainly for candles and waxing copper. At the moment, I don't have a huge need for either of these, so I'm going to build a bee farm that is more for aesthetics than pure function. So now the build idea. I think this is going to be pretty cool. Essentially what I'm doing here is I'm going to dig out a huge hole in the ground and then kind of transport it upwards so it looks like it's floating. It's basically just going to be a floating island that I'm going to put the bees on. I'm going to make it kind of look like a greenhouse. I think it will look pretty cool. And there she is. I think I got the general shape of this thing just about done. I'm pretty happy with it. This type of building is the thing that is right up my alley compared to something like building a house. Oh, got an achievement. So bee farms are actually pretty easy to build normally, but if I want to blend it into this build, I'm gonna have to hack a bunch of redstone together, which will make it more complicated. For all of these farms, I'll be using a design similar to this one. Essentially, bees go out and pollinate flowers, and when they return to the beehive, they make honey. We can use a comparator to measure how much honey is inside of the beehive, and when the signal strength gets to 5, we trigger a dispenser to harvest the honey. Glass bottles in the dispenser will eject honey bottles, which are used to make honey blocks, and shears will harvest honeycombs. For now, I'll be harvesting mostly honey bottles because I'm going to need a lot of honey blocks for an upcoming project. Alrighty, so I just finished making 4 of these automated bee farms, and they're pretty much done and working except for one thing. The items are just spilling out everywhere right now, so we need to make a collection system. And to do that, I ended up placing an array of hopper minecarts near each dropper. Hopper minecarts are good for this because they actually pick up items through blocks, meaning it's perfectly hidden. Okay, now the bee farm is complete, I think. It looks pretty nice, I think. I really like how it's kind of hidden. It doesn't look like a big, ugly redstone thing. And I put the collection area over here, and we're already getting some goodies in here. Usually in Minecraft, I build farms like the one on the left, the iron farm. Completely ginormous, more efficient than needed, and ugly. But it's nice for once just to go for something good looking and unique like the bee farm over here. The final farm that I'm going to make is a 2-in-1 slime and creeper farm. Slime balls and gunpowder are 2 things that I'm constantly out of, and they are also extremely annoying to collect manually. I don't plan on lighting up all of the caves around here, so this won't be the most efficient farm ever made, but as long as I don't run out of rockets every 20 minutes, I'll consider this project successful. The first thing that I did was find a slime chunk using a slime chunk finder. If you don't know, 10% of chunks in Minecraft are considered slime chunks, meaning they spawn slimes below y=40. This chunk here is a slime chunk, so I started clearing a massive hole to make space for the farm. And here we go, I just finished digging out this hole. Ooh, and we got a slime. Die. So now I'm just gonna build up a platform here that the slimes can spawn on, and then I'll put some water streams going down the side. Oh, let's go! Alrighty, there we go. This should be an actual functioning slime farm now, but there is one thing that we can do to make it significantly better. Slimes are actually attracted to an iron golem, meaning if they see one, they'll beeline towards it, meaning we can lure them off the platforms so we don't have to wait for them to go off on their own. Oh, got an achievement. That's about to die. Oh no. Sorry buddy, I can't help you. No. Also, going AFK up here in the sky is what we want to do to maximize the spawn rates. This is because we're more than 128 blocks away from most of the unlit caves, meaning most of the mobs will be forced to spawn in our slime trap. Okay, so this slime farm should now be functional. Let's see how much we got in that like 2 minutes. Oh wow, we got a stack and a half? This thing's gonna be crazy. For the creeper farm, I'm going to be using cats to repel the creepers into a trap. I think this is my first time fishing in this world. Not something I usually do, but the kitties want them. Oh, I got an achievement. I headed off to some villages to look for some kitties, and it ended up taking not 1, 2, 3, but 4 villages before I found some. Yes, I see a kitty. Look at the thing. Stop running. Don't escape your fate. You can't run forever. Don't use all my fish, please. Yes, we did it. We got an achievement. I shall call you Ai Sako Kamiskis. Yes, great name. Before building this, I really didn't understand much about the cat creeper game mechanic. Essentially, cats cause creepers to run away, but if you just set up some trapdoors on a platform, the creepers will sort of freeze up and not walk off the edge. This had me stuck for a few design attempts, until I figured out that creepers just need a larger area to run away to, which fixed the problem. I ended up designing a creeper farm for the specific dimensions of this hole, and this is the design that I came up with. I put 9 cats in an array that will always give creepers another platform to run to. Of course, they won't actually make it to another platform because they think trapdoors are full blocks, so they will fall into my magma trap and burn until they die. Similar to the bee farm, I set up hopper minecarts under the magma blocks to collect the sweet, sweet gunpowder. Alrighty, the creeper farm is now up and running. I've been letting it run for like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's see how much stuff it has. Whoa, 33 gunpowder? Wow. So now these farms are functioning, but I now have a giant ugly hole right next to my house. I need to do something cool with this. First, rectangles are ugly, so I turned on the haste beacon and carved it into an oval. Next, both farms are kind of boxy, so I just decided to cover them with grass and finish the inside. And here we go, this thing is really starting to come together now. But we can definitely make it much better, so what I did here is I got these shulker boxes which has a ton of different types of stone in it, so we can put a gradient on the wall. This should really make it come alive and add a lot of detail and vibrance to it. Dude, I think you might be hanging your llama there a bit. I hope it's okay. So now the hole is close to done. I really just have to add a few more things to make it really come alive, like maybe some custom trees, maybe some waterfalls, maybe like a small shack, maybe some other things. You know, in this game I have a tendency to just get out of control with certain builds, and I think this tree right here is one of them. This tree took me about 4 hours to build. It's my first custom tree of this magnitude, and I'd say it gets like a C tier. It's alright. I think it looks good from the bottom, but from up here it's just like this big top of a tree sticking up. It's kind of weird. Okay, I think this hole is just about done now. Let's head down. So I think I'm pretty happy with this overall. I wish I could put more water throughout it. This is all I have here, because unfortunately right over here is the slime farm, so I can't really dig down and build a river. And also the custom trees are a bit they're not the worst, but they're also not the best. It is kind of funny though how I built this entire thing just to conceal a couple tiny farms that I spent like an hour or 2 on. And by the way, I put the collection area down here in this cave. This episode, I started off the episode lacking resources that I need for future projects, and I built 3 overkill farms to solve all of these problems. Just for fun, I put all of the items that I got so far in these chests. So much iron. Next episode, I'm going to work on a wither skeleton farm, one like you have never seen before.